Hello, everyone. We are bringing this Good Friday service to you as we commemorate the death and the burial of Jesus. We're going to be reading from Luke chapter 23, verses 44 to 49. It was now about the 6th hour, and there was darkness over the whole land until the 9th hour, while the sun's light failed. And the curtain of the temple was torn in two. Then Jesus, calling out with a loud voice, said, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." And having said this, he breathed his last. Now when the centurion saw what had taken place, he praised God, saying, "Certainly this man was innocent." And all the crowds that had assembled for the spectacle, when they saw what had taken place, returned home, beating their breasts. And all his acquaintances and the woman who had followed him from Galilee stood at a distance, watching these things. This text gives us just a short glimpse into some of the last moments of Jesus' life before he died on the cross. And it also gives us the reactions of those people who were around the cross. And that's what we are going to be considering for this message. Now, we all need a leader. We need a person who can lead us through the trials of life as we engage in the mission or the task or the vision that we have in life. One such leader for me was the officer in charge of my unit when I attended a disaster response training program in the States. Now, this leader was a pretty tough guy. He was especially tough and fierce looking because he had one white eyebrow. Now, the guys said that he got this white eyebrow because he was struck by lightning and he survived. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But he showed how tough he was in the miles that he hiked as he led our unit, and as we all served to help the communities doing cleanup projects, and as he led in countless push-ups over the time that I was there, and the many other units that he led. But this guy was our leader. He led us through the difficult challenges that we were in, and he had been through it himself before. We needed that leader at that time to get us through. Now I wonder, for those people who were standing at the foot of the cross watching their leader be crucified, I wonder how they felt, what they were thinking as their leader died. The point I want us to consider for this text and for this service is that the crucifixion of Christ requires a response from us. So what is your response to the crucifixion? The centurion, in one short statement, summed up an important doctrine. He said, "Surely this man was innocent." In that statement, I think he draws out or explains the doctrine of atonement. The atonement is simply that the sins of a person are covered by the sacrifice of another. Now, this doctrine, some people will say, is actually barbaric, and it makes God into a bloodthirsty tyrant. But I would say that those people who make that claim do not understand the nature of God. God is triune. God exists as a community. God the Father sent God the Son to earth to live and to die and to be raised again. God is not bloodthirsty, but blood-giving. The blood that Jesus shed as he hung on the cross gave life and continues to give life to all who look upon him and trust him in faith. This is not a black spot on the resume of Christ. It is, in fact, his greatest achievement, and it is his glory. Now I would ask again, what is your response to the crucifixion of Christ? I invite us all to contemplate how we would feel if we were at the foot of that cross looking up at Christ. What would we see? What would we hear if we were in that moment? The centurion rightly said, "Surely this man was innocent." And in that, there's an implicit understanding in his statement, and that is, "And I put him there." He recognized that he had caused an innocent man to suffer and to die. And what that means for us is that my sin put Christ there. My sin caused an innocent man to die. It was my anger. It was my greed. It was my lust, my self-centeredness, my lack of concern for others that put him there. As I think about the crucifixion, my response is, why am I not on that cross? Why is an innocent man hanging on that cross while I look on in amazement? I will leave you with verse 49 of the text that we have read. "And all his acquaintances and the woman who had followed him from Galilee stood at a distance watching these things."
Down on your hands and knees, look on your handiwork and build a house so you may dwell in me, so you may dwell in me. Was done with nothing but wood and nails in your scar-born hands. Oh, show me how to work in praise, trusting that I am your instrument. Sweat upon your face, oh, build a table that I too